Good morning students. In the previous class we have seen the conductivity of electrolytic solutions and measurement of conductivity of ionic solutions. Today I am going to discuss you about the variation of conductivity and molar conductivity with concentration. Generally conductivity means what here? It is represented by K, which is known as specific conductance, and molar conductance. And coming to here, conductivity means what here? What is the conductivity? As we have discussed in the previous class, conductance of all the ions means what? Conductance of all the ions present in one centimeter cube of the solution of an electrolyte. Yes or no? Conductance of all the ions present in 1 centimeter cube of the solution of an electrolyte, we call it as conductivity. Whereas molar conductance means what here? Molar conductance means, as we have discussed, what do you mean by molar conductance? So generally molar conductance means the conductance of an volume of solution. The conductance of volume of solution containing 1 gram molecular weight placed of the electrode placed between two parallel electrodes separated by a distance d and area of cross section. Separated by a unit length 1 meter or 1 centimeter, we call it as what here? Molar conductivity. So what is conductivity? Conductance of all the ions present in 1 centimeter cube of the solution of an electrolyte, we call it as conductivity. Molar conductance means what? The volume of the, so here also the conductance of all the ions present in volume of the solution of an electrolyte. So this is also molar conductivity. So now what is the difference? How these two varies with concentration, we are going to discuss in this topic. Means what? How with the concentration, how these two are differentiating, we have to discuss here. So now for example, I am taking here in a beaker generally electrolyte consists of strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes. So here coming to here, I am taking in a beaker 100 ml of the solution. This is 100 ml of the solution, and here ions we are having 500 ions. Okay, this is a strong electrolyte I am taking, and coming to here I am taking weak electrolyte. Afterwards we can discuss about weak electrolyte. So strong electrolyte, example we can take NaCl, NaOH, KCl. So these all will come under the what here? Strong electrolytes. So what I have did, For 100 ml it is giving 500 conductance ions, means concentration of ions it is giving. So for 100 ml it is giving 500 ions. And coming to for 1 ml how many ions it will give, and we don't know. So we do cross multiplication, means how much we will be getting, 1 into 500 by 100. So you will be getting 5 ions. Means what here? So for 1 ion it is giving 5 ions. If suppose, means what, to the 100 ml I have added NaCl, means NaCl ions 500. Okay, the ions are dissociated into 500. So now I have increased dilution to 200 ml. Okay, so the dilution is increased to 200 ml, and here again it is also giving 500 ions. If you have observed, for 100 ml also it is giving 500 ions. The electrolyte means NaCl, which is dissociating into 2 ions, that is Na plus and Cl minus. These two are ions. So for 100 ml it is giving 500 ions, and I am going on increasing dilution. Means what, I am pouring water for again 100 ml I have added, means I have increased one more 100 ml, means total 200 ml I have increased. Again this is also giving how many ions? Electrolyte 500 ions. Means what here, for 200 how many ions it is giving? Again 500. Then what about 1 ml? So means what here, 1 into 500 by 200. So nearly we are getting 2.5. Means what here happening? So whenever the dilution is there, so it is decreasing. If you have observed in strong electrolytes, it is decreasing. Whenever we are increasing dilution, so the conductivity, what happening? The conductance of ions increasing, and the dilution is, the concentration is what here, decreasing. Means what happening here? So strong electrolytes, means conductance of the strong electrolyte. So here conductivity, what happening? Decreases whenever with increasing concentration. So you are increasing the concentration, I think clearly if you have observed. So we are taking 100 ml solution here, there will be 500 ions, means increasing of dilution. So automatically what happening? The conductance of ions, what happening? For 100 ml it is giving 5 ions, and for 200 ml how much it is giving? 2.5 ions. Means by this what we can say, means conductivity decreases with increase in dilution. If dilution increases, automatically what happens? Concentration will decrease. So, or we can say with increase in dilution or decrease in concentration. Okay, so conductivity here. So we have taken this one. So conductivity always decreases. So what happens for strong electrolytes? What happening? It is decreasing. Why? Because whenever the dilution increases. Okay. Now coming to here, coming to weak electrolytes. So here coming to weak electrolytes, if you have observed in weak electrolytes, this is 100 ml solution I am taken, and coming to here ions I have been taken some 200 number of ions. Okay, so means what here? For vehicle, here example will be acetic acid. So again what I have did, for 100 ml I have taken 200 ions, means for 1 ml how much? So 1 into 200 by 100, it is giving 2 ions. And coming to here, again I have increased dilution. The dilution is increased here. So again for how many ml we have taken here? For 500 ml. This time I have increased up to 500 ml. Okay. So here the ions is same. If you have observed this one, so both I am taking 100 ml and I am increasing dilution here. So the ions will be same. So what you will be getting here, 200, 500 we have taken. For 500 ml, it is giving 200. So means what? 1 into 200 by 500. So you will be getting 2 by 5 means 100 by 2 ions. One minute. For 100 ions it is giving 200 ml, and for 200 ions, 500 ions it is giving 200 ions. So this is 20 ions. Okay, so 20 ions I have taken, only 20 ions. So how much you will be getting? Some 0.2 ions you will be getting. For 1 ml how much you are getting? 0.2 ions. And coming to here, if you calculate here, 2 by 5 means 0.4 ions. So if you have observed in the weak electrolyte, so in strong electrolytes it is decreasing. Whenever we are increasing dilution, it is decreasing. Coming to here, what happens? Whenever we are increasing dilution, automatically the conductance of the ions also increasing. Means what? On increasing of dilution, automatically what happens? The conductivity is increasing and also it is decreasing concentration. So for weak electrolytes also what happens? The conductivity decreases with increase in dilution or decrease in concentration. This is about only conductivity we are speaking here. Okay. So in conductivity what happens? Conductivity means what? Conductance of all the ions present in 1 centimeter cube of the solution of an electrolyte. So in a solution what happens? For strong electrolyte, for weak electrolyte, here dilution increasing means automatically the concentration will decrease. Here also dilution is increasing, so here also concentration will decrease. Okay, so means what? It all depends upon the what? The decrease in conductivity all will depends upon the number of ions, how much it is diluting. So this is about when with decrease in concentration of a solution or increase in dilution, so automatically what happens? It decreases. And coming to here, it is decreasing. Now what about molar concentration? Means what about molar conductivity? So we did about this one. So what about molar conductivity here? So about molar conductivity at any given solution of the, what do you mean by molar conductivity? Molar conductivity of a solution of a given concentration is the conductance of the volume of the solution containing 1 mole of the electrolyte, we call it as, which is kept between, separated by a 2 parallel electrodes which is having unit length L and area of cross section, that is molar conductivity, which is denoted by lambda m actually, yes or no? So this is denoted by lambda m is equals to Ka by L, will be saying. So now here what happens, we have spoken about conductivity, then how molar conductivity will increase. So this is reverse of the conductivity. So molar conductivity increases with a decrease in the concentration or increase in dilution, because here the total volume of the solution containing only 1 mole of the electrolyte. When you have observed, this is solution containing only 1 volume, means what happening here, 1 mole of electrolytes, and also it is increasing. Why? Because the K value is decreasing. So when a dilution goes on increasing, so the value dilution decreases the conductivity, and then dilution of a solution is more than the increase in volume. So it is opposite. So means what happens here, it is going to increase. So here conductivity, so molar conductivity, what happens, molar conductivity increases here. Okay, here also molar conductivity increases. Why? Because here conductivity is decreasing, and also here also conductivity is decreasing. So generally it is having the relation, yes or no, lambda m. If L is equals to 1, A is equals to 1, then what is the lambda m? So lambda m is equals to what here, Kv. Okay, so where lambda m is nothing but molar conductance, and K is nothing but conductivity, V is nothing but volume. So where A is equals to V, L is equals to 1, if you substitute in this formula, so automatically you will be getting like this. Now let us see the graph. On the graph generally, so let us take the graph. Here concentration at root over C, 0, 0.2, 0.4. And coming to here, lambda m will be getting 200 and 400. So with what we are doing, with concentration only we are doing, yes or no? So we are differentiating with concentration. So here conductivity and molar conductivity is varies with the concentration. So now I am taking strong electrolyte. Whenever I am taking strong electrolyte, so it automatically what happens, it decreases. I mean it increasing. Whenever we goes on increasing, this is the KCl electrolyte I am taking, strong electrolyte. So automatically what happens, it whenever I am keeping on points, it is increasing and it approaches to 0 value. Okay, so whenever it is giving 0 value, we have to extrapolate it. Okay, so in the similar way, I am taking weak electrolyte, so that is CH3COH. So here what happens, when we are increasing strong electrolyte, it approaches the 0 value, the concentration. Okay, the concentration is approaching to molar conductance at 0 value. So whenever I am increasing molar conductance of, I mean concentration of CH3COOH, so whenever it is increasing concentration of CH3COOH, automatically what happens here, the COH suddenly increases. So means what? It is not approaching the zero value here. So by this what we can say means here, so here according to graph we can say about the Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. Means what? Means here 1 mole of the electrolyte. So whenever the concentration, so the concentration is approaching zero, that one we call, means the concentration is approaching zero in the strong electrolytes, and here we have plotted extra. Okay, this one we call it as extra plotted graph. Why? Because after completion of the graph there will be extra point, or before the graph there will be a point. We are inserting some points here. Okay, so that one we call it as extra plotted, so which will give negative slope. So this all will be explained due to Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. Okay, whenever we are increasing slowly dilution for lambda m, so automatically what happening, it is increasing. So this one concentration is approaching zero. So this, whenever the concentration approaches zero, so this one we call it as the molar conductivity is known as limiting conductivity, which is also known as infinite dilution. Limiting conductivity we can say, or infinite dilution at molar conductance, so which is denoted by lambda naught m. Okay, so whenever the why we call it as limiting conductivity means the conductivity means the concentration, when we are increasing slowly the graph of the dilution, it approaches zero to the molar conductance. So that's why we are saying what here, it is known as limiting conductivity, or we can say infinite dilution at the molar conductance, so which is denoted by lambda naught m. But for here the concentration is different, means the variation in concentration, lambda m with concentration is different with for strong and weak electrolytes. So here for strong electrolytes, whenever the lambda m increases so slowly, automatically what happens, it is represented by the equation lambda m is equals to lambda naught m minus a root over c. Okay, so where a is constant here, so if we have, it can be seen that if we plot lambda m against concentration, we obtain a straight line. So means what, we will be getting like this, the straight line you will be getting like this. Okay, so means what, here the intercept is equals to lambda naught m and the slope is equals to minus a. Means what, the value of a is constant. So the value of a constant for given solvent and temperature depends upon the type of the electrolyte. Means what, here the number of cations and anions whatever producing here, it will break into, means dissociation, it is undergoing dissociation of an electrolyte. So example we can take NaCl CaCl2. Means for example, if you have taken where A is constant here, okay, A is nothing but what, here constant, here Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. So what I have told you, whenever A is constant, where A is nothing but here 82.4 dt root of dt eta plus 8.20 into 10 power 5 by dt 3/2 lambda naught minus. Okay, so this all will be saying the negative slope. So the slope in the graph is minus a, intercept is equals to here root of c, which gives the graph here straight line for strong electrolytes. Means this is lambda for molar concentration C, so which is having minus a with the slope. So where lambda naught is the intercept, lambda naught. Okay, so here this is intercept, minus a indicates the slope here. So this is about, here we are taking D is nothing but dielectric constant, T is nothing but temperature, equivalent conductance at concentration and equivalent almost zero concentration, or we can say what here, infinite dilution. Means at zero concentration only we are plotting extra graph. So this all can be explained on the basis of the Kohlrausch law. So here now we are going to discuss, this is all about the strong electrolytes. For strong electrolytes, what happens here? Molar conductivity increases. Means it represented by the equation lambda m is equals to lambda naught minus a root over m. What happens means the graph will give the straight line. Why? Because it is giving the slope minus a, where a is constant and C is concentration, lambda naught m is nothing but zero concentration we can say, or infinite dilution of the molar conductance, where lambda m indicates the molar conductance. So at temperature T, and also here at dielectric constant, D is nothing but what here, dielectric constant. This is dielectric constant. Okay, so eta is nothing but what here, viscosity of water. So this is about the why we are, these are as we know that strong electrolytes are completely ionized at all concentrations. Yes or no? So because of this reason only it is increasing with dilution due to decreasing, means the intermolecular forces are decreasing here. Okay, so delta m is plotted against a straight line with negative slope is obtained. So where this indicates the extra whatever we are plotting, this one lambda naught m. So this lambda naught m is what here, extra plotted, which is known as intercept. A is nothing but what here, slope. Okay, so this is the first strong electrolyte graph. And coming to weak electrolytes, what happens when we increase dilution? Automatically the variation is very high. Okay, so means what, if you observe in the graph here, the variation is very high. Here only at 0 very less. But coming to here, when you observe with the concentration and molar conductance, the variation is very high. Highly it is increasing. Why? Because decrease in interionic forces. The intermolecular forces will decrease, and degree of dissociation means alpha. Here very less ions we are having. So it is not completely ionized, it is partially ionized. Because of this reason only it is increasing weak electrolytes. So coming to weak electrolytes. So first of all let us see about the Kohlrausch law. So for Kohlrausch law can be explained due to what do you mean by Kohlrausch law? Kohlrausch law is nothing but what here, Kohlrausch law is on the basis of specific conductance values. Here electrolytes are classified into two types, that is weak electrolytes and strong electrolytes. If the value of K is high, we are considering as strong electrolytes. If the value of K is low, we are considering as weak electrolytes. Why? Because strong electrolytes are completely ionized in aqueous solution, while weak electrolytes are partially ionized in aqueous solution, as we have observed in the graph also. So now Kohlrausch law is nothing but what means here, the molar conductance the molar conductance, that is lambda, not m, at infinite dilution. The molar conductance at infinite dilution of an electrolyte is equal to sum of the molar conductance of individual ions. Individual contributing ions. So this is known as Kohlrausch law. Okay, what do you mean by Kohlrausch law? The strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes, means mainly the weak electrolytes is explained due to Kohlrausch law only. For strong electrolytes we can explain normally. Why? Because it is giving zero concentration, and the ions whatever presenting here, it will be completely ionized here. So because of this reason we can easily determine the strong electrolyte. But coming to weak electrolytes, as I have told you, for strong electrolytes, at infinite dilution of strong electrolytes can be formed due to the experimental value of lambda at different concentration by extrapolated method by using Debye-Huckel relation, means which give the straight line with negative slope at and intercept lambda naught m, which can be extrapolated to zero concentration. But this explanation is not useful for the weak electrolytes. Okay, so then what is the method to solve the weak electrolytes? Means that is Kohlrausch law. So Kohlrausch law is nothing but what here? The molar conductance at infinite dilution of an electrolyte is equal to the solution of the molar conductance of individual contributing ions. As I have told you, molar conductance means what? The conductance of all the ions in volume of the solution of one electrolyte placed between electrodes, which is having unit length area of cross section. Okay, so now, but for this as I have told you, this method is not applicable to weak electrolytes. So it is indicated by the formula lambda naught m is equals to lambda naught plus lambda naught minus. Means what? The molar conductance at infinite dilution of an electrolyte is equals to the sum of the molar conductance of the individual ions at infinite dilution. Means what here?